Hi guys, I'm Cesar Milana here, and I will congratulate Bioshock Expedition 33 to win Game of the Year in the Game Awards. And yeah, I know 430 former Ubisoft developers who make good games with the hard work. So yeah, congratulations to Sound for Interactive for these achievements. So today I made another English storytelling and explanation as a last part of my Christmas trilogy called Why First Two Home Alone films deserve better than the third film, as well as the FTV adaptation like Home Alone 4 and Holiday Heights, which describe worse. And this is my last video of 2025 before the World Cup year came in. So yeah, I know Home Alone now was owned by Disney following Disney acquisition of 21st Century Fox, which ended up owned by Disney. So why Home Alone franchise becoming rise and fall after first two film, which ended up fail in third film as well first two FTV film as the Disney Plus adaptation. So let's begin the video, guys. Okay, before I talk about the stories of Home Alone itself, let's talk about the franchise itself. Home Alone is an American Christmas comedy film originally created by John Hughes. The first Home Alone film was directed by Chris Columbus in 1990, and in 1992, Chris Columbus directed again the sequel called Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. However, after the second film, the third film does not fit to Macaulay Culkin, who portrayed Kevin McAllister, and its director, Chris Columbus. But the third film was directed by Eli Connell, but the third film becoming the last ever Home Alone film to be released on cinemas. But in the new millennium came along, Home Alone franchise was moved to bad FTV release, like Home Alone 4 and The Holiday Heist, before its owner, Fox, was purchased by Disney in 2019, and they released its awful Disney Plus adaptation in 2021. This is very interesting. Explain about the rise and fall of Home Alone franchise before the third film, which explain about awful. And the FTV adaptation in 2002 and 2012 was also awful. And also this Plus adaptation 2021 is absolute awful too. The first Home Alone film was released on 16th of November 1919, which nearly a week before Thanksgiving holiday in the United States. The film was directed by Chris Columbus, and the protagonist Kevin McAllister, portrayed by Macaulay Culkin. The film tells about Kevin McAllister who living at home lonely when two bandits, Harry and Marv, want to kidnap Kevin. Before being trapped, they were arrested by the police. So McAllister found him planning without Kevin with the holiday. The family have having holiday in Paris, but things going happens when his parents, Peter and Kate, have during flight and their arrival in Paris. Kevin left behind with the parents and plans to return to Chicago immediately due to Kevin is home alone. So when his family homecoming home, returning to Paris with family unsuccessfully, outbound flight to Chicago ended up flying up to Dallas, Texas, then flying to Scranton, Pennsylvania, then met with Polanski, the lead member of the local gang, for traveling to Chicago and then moving fan to Milwaukee. Then on Christmas Eve, Harry and Marv know that Kevin only person in the house. Then Kevin make a booby trap and the home and eliminate Harv and Kevin before getting arrested by the police. And on Christmas Day, Kevin finally met his family again after the failed house raid. This film received a positive reviews, and the film got nominated two Oscars for Best Original Score and Original Song. And yeah, this is the beginning of Home Alone film. I know Home Alone is like first ever franchise becoming hit successful though in the second film rather than the sequels though. Homeland 2 Lost in New York was released on 20th November 1992, which same 6 days before Thanksgiving holiday in the United States of America. The film also directed by Chris Columbus, and the film also same protagonists like in first film. So the film tells about Kevin's family planned holiday to Miami, but his family had a problem. Kevin had lost in New York City. Even after his family flying to Miami, Peter and Kate know Kevin is missing in New York Plaza Hotels, which the hotel located at the 768 Fifth Avenue, Manhattan, New York. So, first film, Home Alone, was talk about Old Man Marley, whilst Home Alone 2 had Pigeon Lady in Manhattan. For preventing robbery by Marv and Harry, which returned in the first film, Kevin used booby trap in the trap like in the first film. Unlike its first film, Kevin used in townhouse of New York City where he refuges here. Then Marv and Harry want to catch Kevin before sleeping on the ice. The pigeon lady finally throwing a bird sticks to Marv and Harry. They are both being arrested by NYPD. The film also received a mixed reviews, but the film less superior than the predecessor. So yeah, first film have an original cast. It was like a second film was similar to the original cast, like the predecessor, but the film is more inferior though than the first film sometimes. Home Alone 3 released on 12th December 1997, which nearly 3 weeks before Christmas Day. The third film was marred of the first ever film does not feature its original director, Chris Columbus, and the actor who portrayed Kevin McAllister, Macaulay Culkin, which is 1994 accused hiatus from acting after poorly received Richard Rich. But the third film was directed by Roger Gosnell, but the protagonist called Alex Brute, portrayed by Alex David Lynch. The film tells about four criminals internationally, Peter, Alice, Burden, and Earl, who work in Hong Kong-based terrorist organization not linked to North Korea. In Silicon Valley, California, they steal $10 million missile clocking microchip and hide inside the radio-controlled car to get the chip into San Francisco International Airport. The passenger, Mrs. Hayes, know the criminal's bag containing toy car mistaken with her identical bag. The criminals were driving to Chicago and searching her suburban neighborhood to find the chip. Then the protagonist, here Alex, who 8-year-old who suffered chickenpox, is using stay at home from school. Then Alex knows no car is containing made chip by criminals before he contacted the US Air Force and FBI to see the chip. Then Alex finally made his booby traps in his home to stop Alice, Burton, and Earl to kidnap Alex. Then Peter finally finds Alex in a garage, which they can save Mrs. Hayes. Then Alex scared Peter with the bubble version of Glock. Then FBI agents and the police finally arrest Alice, Burton, and Earl and receiving a recruitment center. Then, in the end, Peter is sitting down on the sofa then with Alex Parrot and demanding two or not same with the biscuits. And finally, Parrot want to accuse the fireworks and the authorities find Peter's location and the last person to be arrested. And finally, the Thrid family they meet again after the event. The film received a negative review, with some critics becoming the last ever Home Alone film to be released on cinemas, but Fox ended up accusing the fourth becoming made for TV film. So yeah, that was disappointing about Home Alone 3, which becoming the last ever Home Alone film to be released on the cinemas. As the jubileum arrived, Home Alone had four films, but as an FTV. Home Alone 4 aired on 3rd of November 2002, which broadcasted by Disney on ABC. This film was the last ever directed film by Roy Daniel before he retired and his death in 2016. The film tells about Peter McAllister, who, divorcing his former wife Kate, announced his children Kevin, Buzz, and Megan that he and his wealthy girlfriend Natalie Galvin are hosting his royal family at the mansion. The new villain arrives, Farah, which becoming Mark's wife, then Kevin is in a mansion with his royal family. Before the heist starts, Kevin make a booby trap in the mansion to prevent kidnapping by Farah and Marv. Then Kevin call Kate back when Marv and Farah trying to kidnap Kevin. Then Mr. Prescott in the freezer when he call out when Molly, the maid, kidnapped Kevin before he called the police. Then the police arrive for arresting Marv and Farah. Then Peter McAllister finally rejoining Natalie and reuniting McAllister family forever in the ending. This FTV of Home Alone received a negative review because the film is not original than the first and second film when it was released. And yeah, the decline of Home Alone film was began after the third film, and finally the fourth film, which is the FTV, kind of awful though. Yeah, it was the FTV of Home Alone. It was the worst according to myself in the fourth film. The fifth Home Alone film, titled as Home Alone The Holiday Heist, was aired on NBC Family on 25th of November 2012. And yeah, another awful FTV from Home Alone. The film directed by Peter Hewitt and the protagonist of the film is not just one, but two, Finn and Archie Baxter, portrayed by Christian Martin and Donald Fairland. Some people know Donald Fairland because of Smallville, Silent Hill, and Twilight. I know this actress was even know about Donald Fairland, know about she was known from Marvel or DC. I mean DC, DC, and also Silent Hill and Twilight. I remember that. The story tells about the Baxter family want to move from California to Rockland, Maine, to settling the new house for Christmas season. Fred and agnostics and technophile, when their parents, Curtis and Catherine, isolate themselves. Finn is like playing video game while Alexis uses smartphone and computers. When his family leaving their home for shopping, three thieves contain Sinclair, Jessica, and Hugh plan to steal Baxter house. Then, as snowstorms worsens, Curtis and Catherine forced to stay at a Christmas party when worrying about the two children's unstayed at home. Then Finn set up his booby trap in the new house to prevent being kidnapped. Then Jessica, covered by tar, even though Curtis and Catherine was able to drive her home. Then Finn, using his gamer tag and his parents' credit card, detailed concern about Simon to contact him about two children in danger. Then a confront the police back in the house. The trio finally capture Finn and detain in the SUV. However, Simon wants to call the police and to arrest the trio, and finally police arrive and capturing three fugitives and the reward $30,000 after the family received a museum pass as apology. Finn's parents had sent tickets for Simon to fly home in California to spend Christmas with his family. So yeah, film received a negative reviews, and the fifth film was even better than the fourth film for FTV. So yeah, when family kidnapped in Christmas Home Alone will be the fifth film, and it was the second film before 21st Century Fox and make Home Alone as a Disney film. Even slightly two FTV film was back, and now let's talk about the Disney Plus adaptation film. On 6th of August 2019, DC CEO Bob Iger announced the sixth Home Alone film. But Dan Mazer, the director of the film, no. Some people know Dan Mazer, the same person who written Zuckerberg Cohen films like Ali G and Barat. The protagonist is Max Mercer, who portrayed by Archie Yates. The sixth Home Alone film talked about the title called Home Sweet Home Alone, which was released on 12th of November 2021, which was distributed via Disney Plus. The film tells about Jeff and Pam, which trying to sell house but not tell their children Abby and Chris. Jeff losing his job while Pam's salary was not kept at home. To make matters worse, Hunter just abused an annoying brother with his wife May, and his son Ollie made a decision to spend Christmas with them. While his family is spending holidays in Japan, Max Mercer, the resourceful and a naughty young kid, get left behind. Max talks about keeping the Mercer family house to save from intruders who make acquiring the invulnerable artifact, which is will stop the nothing to keep out. Epic scale, hilarious antics follow. Yet, in spite in the wall of the mayhem, Max learns it's truly no place like a sweet home. The film received negative reviews, with the country running amount of 15%. Disney Plus film was not featuring Kevin, but instead the film choosing his older brother of Kevin, Buzz McAllister, to reprise portrayed by Daphne Redgrave, which made as a boss officer. And yeah, too bad FTV film. This Disney Plus adaptation was absolute awful about Home Alone film franchise becoming down for this franchise. So yeah, this is the rise and fall of Home Alone as a film franchise. The reason why first and second film deserve better than third film as well. Two FTVs and also is Disney Plus film. So yeah, this is my last video of 2021. So thank you for watching. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So don't forget like, subscribe, and share to your family and friends. I'm Zizo Mohana and see you in the next video.